Right. Exactly. And honestly, when I first heard Ethereum, I can say that it was the same exact way for me because I mean, just Ethereum sounds like a precious metal. But the more I learned about it, it just got me super excited to know that we will be using this new form of currency to really fund our dreams going into the new year. So it's exciting. And along with Ethereum, there's so many other coins popping up right now, like Dogecoin. The world is going crazy for that. uh, Bitcoin, of course, that's going to be the same, Litecoin, Ripple, and so many other coins. So, it's not a precious metal, but it is definitely will create some change in your pocket.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. If you, I mean, if you think about it, if you invested in Bitcoin in 2009, I'm going to go way back, right?
Oh my.
If you invested $100 in Bitcoin in 2009, then you would have had 400 million and some
Wow.
dollars right now.
Wow. I graduated in '09, so I remember that year well. That is what I wish for a graduation party, a graduation present. My family would have been as knowledgeable, but it's okay because honestly, heading right into college, that's when I really started getting into business and starting my own business and like really learning more about currency and how it works. So I can say I have been studying since about college, but I didn't like actively invest until about 2012. So is but it's so much room. There's still so much room. We are just at the beginning of this thing. Like Bitcoin is here to stay, crypto is here to stay. So I'm really excited that, even though we didn't get in at '09, you can still get in 2020 and you can still make right. Exactly. Exactly. And even back in '09, one thing that I can say is it was a little bit more difficult to actually enter the market because you needed to have a certain amount of income. And these days you can get started with $50. Honestly, yes, exactly. Robinhood, Acorn, Smart Systems, and just all these different platforms that are really paving the way for more everyday citizens to actually participate and reap the benefits of cryptocurrency. Okay, well, thank you for joining us today, Leah. You are joining us on Right on the Money. We air history every day, all day, but you are joining us live at 3 p.m. for Right on the Money on My Turn Radio. Before we get too much into this, let me ask you just a couple of questions. Who is well, I am Leah Laverne. I'm actually the creator of the Mogul Mommy Network. Just a fun fact about Leah Laverne. Laverne is actually my middle name, and it is kind of like a family heirloom. This name has been passed down from generation to generation, and I'm the only female in my family with the name Laverne. So I really wanted to incorporate that into my business. So there you go. So that's where Leah Laverne came from. But so basically, it's the identity of the Mogul Mommy Network. Okay, okay. And when you started the why? Oh, wow. Well, like I said, I've been involved in business for most of my life because I've been a model since the age of 12. So I always knew I wanted to be in business, but I didn't really know what I wanted to do, who I wanted to serve, because modeling is really, you know, materialistic or self-serving. Like it's not much, although you're posing for other brands, it's really more of self. So when I got pregnant with my first son 2012, I was like, I can't do this. I don't want to work no job. I want to be with my children. I want to travel. I want to teach them what I know, which is entrepreneurship. and that birthed the Mogul Mommy Network. Given the fact that I do dance, model, act, and so many other things, I felt like to just bring it all home and connect it with my family, which was the mommy in me. And I've been told I'm the mom my entire life. I have 9 siblings and I'm the oldest. So just to bring it out. Hmm.
And you're a mobile mom. Do you ever get criticized for doing too much?
Yes, I will definitely say I've had my mentors tell me, focus on one thing, Leah. You can only do one thing at a time. And I completely believe that when it comes to completing a project or it comes to getting something done. But when it comes to living our lives, we are multi-hatted people. I have to be a mom at the same time that I'm a coach, at the same time that I'm a business owner, at the same time that I'm a sister, daughter, and all these other hats. So tying those all together, those are different pieces of me. So I'm going to express differently depending on what room I'm in and who I'm around. So I do get that a lot, but like I said, this is what makes me me. So it wouldn't be me if I wasn't able to express all these different sides of me.
Okay, I like that answer. I love that answer. All right, so you mentioned earlier, all these different factors and smart systems was on the list.
Yes.
Tell us more about smart systems.
Well, Smart Systems is a online digital community where we teach entrepreneurship and financial literacy. So, stemming from all of these things that I teach, like marketing and branding, we decided to bring it all under one platform because being in this world, I have been with multiple companies. I've seen different products. I've seen different styles of leaders. I've seen how they build their groups and how they run business, and being out there, it allowed me to really get a feel for what was needed in the marketplace. So when me and my business partners came together, we really wanted to be serving to our community. we didn't want you to we didn't want to tell you to go be a forex trader but then not show you how to create a trading journal, or we didn't want to tell you to go out there and invest in crypto and not have avenues that are trusted, that we know about, that we could point you in the right direction. So we created Smart Systems as an all-inclusive platform and community for entrepreneurs to go learn, network, and really just build upon whatever it is that they want to create. It's a creator's world.
Okay, all right. And let me just thank you for joining us on mytradio.net or right on the money. All right, I just want to make sure that everyone can hear us.
Awesome.
You are joining Ayiesha Wright on mytradio.net. So right on the money. Thank you for joining us live. Right on the money. All right, so we are joined today by Leah Laverne. And Leah is one of our wow women. I am wowed by Leah not only accomplishments or her drive or her age, but just her grit attitude, the just attitude that Leah possesses. And she is so willing with information, which is one of the things that we don't find out there. And Leah is always
Yes.
telling people about the different things that are happening. And here's how I found out about, I mean, I knew about cryptocurrency, but I've always been skeptic. I've been a skeptic since cryptocurrency started. I want people,
Right.
but I was still skeptical. Like, what are you watching? You're watching your potential.
Yes, exactly.
You're watching the potential. When you and I saw the energy and everything, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm so happy that I did. Thank you, Leah. Leah is the founder of the Mogul Mommy Network and is one of the leaders in the smart system. And Leah, you were
Yes.
telling us about smart system.
Mhm.
Just a quick recap for anyone who's just joining us. What is smart system?
So, Smart Systems is an online community for entrepreneurship and financial literacy. We have come together with some amazing people to create a platform, a community more so, where people can come and learn things like cryptocurrency, things like branding and marketing, credit repair, really anything that you need to become a successful business owner and more just tangibly a six-figure earner. Because for me, myself, thanks to crypto, I have officially crossed the six-figure earner mark. So I'm super excited to celebrate that a couple of weeks before my 30th birthday, which was one of my biggest goals. But with everything that I've used to get to that six figures, we're sharing in our Smart Systems community. So we invite all entrepreneurs. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner, it doesn't matter if you already have earned six figures. You've earned
Right.
six, maybe we can help you get to seven. So
Yes.
yes,
People who invested in Bitcoin in 2009 and
ooh,
2010, those zeros,
right.
those are the zeros. I want to see an unlimited amount of zeros.
Yes, and right now it's not even possible, it's probable for anybody who takes this serious and who just learns a little bit, who becomes a student of this. Because crypto is $1 trillion market that was created like less than 20 years ago. And that doesn't even happen. The only $1 trillion market was currency and travel before, well, I guess crypto is currency, so it's just a new level of currency. But now anybody can be hit those high figures. Shoot, it's already going around 1 million, doesn't even matter anymore. If you're a millionaire, great for you. We're looking for billionaires now. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You are right. You are correct. Like you're millionaires right now. Your
yes,
millions is not even much anymore.
right,
Now you got you got to be in the billions, to be
exactly.
really in the money.
Right. And to really just set something up that you can pass down. We know for our community, and even like I said, for the Mogul Mommy Network is closely tied to my family and to my loved ones. So I want to make sure that anything that I'm doing now, they're going to benefit from later, because this system that we're in, it's creating as we're in it. Like it's been so many firsts for us. It's crazy with having a year shutdown, people having to stay in their homes for years, for almost a year now, with not being able to work, with the government passing out checks. This is circumstances that we honestly haven't seen since the Great Depression. That was 100 years ago. So today is setting up for the next 100 years. What are you going to do? Are you going to watch? Are you going to hope? Are you going to, sit back and be like, well, I'll just see what happens with everybody else. I see how it goes. Or will you take that chance and just learn? You're going to make mistakes. You're going to lose money. I'll just tell you, if you're worried about losing money, then don't do it, because you're going to lose money. That's a part of learning. That's a part of, starting this journey. When you got on a bike, you didn't get on and, take off. You fell, you bruised your knees, you may have hurt your hands. And that's what's going to happen when you start any new project. But this one is going to be more than worth it.
Yeah, that is so true. That is so true. And I realize that fear is what keeps a lot of people from taking that next step, which
Yes,
will propel them, beyond their dreams or expectations. It's a fear of something. And
exactly.
one of the things that we identify when in the 21 day unlimited abundance challenge that I do is what the fear is. Because
Yes.
sometimes we don't even know what it is.
Exactly. A lot of them are deeply rooted. Um,
Yeah.
just for like my studies, because I don't just study money. I've been studying how to become a better parent. And honestly, when you think about it, it's scary. But if we understood it, then more people, I feel like, could make a change. Your habits, your fears, your personality, the things that you believe that make you you were developed in the first 7 years of your life. 7. Most of us don't even remember being 7, but everything that you experience today has a lot to do with that early beginning of life. So until we can stop and go back and really be mindful of what did happen. Oh, in kindergarten, she took my lollipop and pushed me to the ground, and I haven't liked people with red hair since. That's what our mind does to us. So you're going around with a grudge against people with red hair because the girl pushed you in kindergarten and you can't even figure it out. We just have to become more mindful of where these fears come from, exactly like you said.
You know, one of the challenges that we had to do in this 21-day challenge, one of the homework tasks that we had to do is we had to write a letter of gratitude to a someone who we think hurt us in our
Hmm.
past. A letter of gratitude.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
tough. To thank someone for putting you through something that you've been holding on to is, that's a special kind of strength. And I'm really excited. I need to get in on this challenge because I've done that a couple of times in my life, actually. And I can definitely say that it helps when you can forgive them and take that experience as a lesson, not as a loss. Then your whole mind begins to shift. And just speaking of that, it's crazy because I just started this other exercise, thinking about reprogramming, and the exercise was similar. It was, except for go into your mind back to that time where you felt hurt or scared or whatever it was, and go change your perspective on that, so that it's not you experience it, but it's you watching someone else experience, and see how that makes you feel. And when you come back to reality, what you're doing is reprogramming that memory. We can literally change the past by going into our memories and changing our perception of what happened. And when I say that has been a godsend, because I'm like, wow. So I was a little emotional, but now that I see why I was emotional, now I'm excited for that lesson. Now, like you said, I can feel grateful for that. So that's a great exercise.
I love it. Net. We're listening to Ayiesha Wright, or Right on the Money. And this afternoon, we're being joined by Lea Laverne. Leah is the founder of Mogul Mommy Network and is a leader on the Smart Systems platform. I like it because, and actually, I've been missing like a lot of the meetings and the chats and things like that, but now I'm going to make even more of an effort
Yes.
because I realize when you are in a group with others, you are privy to information that you may not have got on your own.
Exactly.
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 Everything.
The power of the mastermind. Like we really don't understand how powerful, well, a lot of people doesn't, because I've learned, like you said, you can't be in more than one place. And just going back to that perspective note, you can only see it from your perspective where you're at right now. But sometimes when you hear somebody else in their perspective, it sheds light on your understanding, and that you can really only get from groups, or you can struggle for years and do it yourself. And
One thing I can tell you is that I mean, I don't know if I can ask you, how old are you? You can say ish.
no, I'll actually be 30 in 2 weeks.
Right? You did say that. This is why I admire she's not afraid to take that step. Whereas we
Yeah,
years in our
especially.
30s and even more so right, fear, of
Yeah.
okay, we've just got to do it this way and that way, and then the intellect,
Yes.
we stop taking risks.
Yes.
And it is said that younger people have the ability to take more risks because you have
Right.
more time.
It's
You
that
have
fearlessness. It's really, and honestly, for the young people, sometimes, I mean, I say that like I'm so old, I'm just coming out of my 20s. But right, but really, for those even younger than me, they did not grow up with those constraints on their mind. They're not being raised with those standards. They're not being raised with these, given circumstances that the society, even our teachers, they're not taking it because thanks to the internet. And just another fun fact, every day when I do my grateful list, y'all, I put I'm thankful for the internet. I don't know about y'all, but it is on my list. You're going to be like, wow, is she crazy? No, I'm so thankful because that knowledge is what got us here. And they're going out there. They're not being stuck with oh, you got to do it this way. You got to be this type of person. No, they're tapping into the internet and they're seeing children, babies earn millions and travel the world and live their dreams. And that's what they're absorbing into their spirit and into their mind, that anything is possible for real this time. Not like how they just said in school, you can be whatever you want to be, but not a cop, but not a doctor, but not a president, but not a lawyer, but you can be anything else. No, these kids are like, oh, I can be a doctor. The youngest doctor, I believe, like 23, and she just graduated and she's practicing. There's no limitations in this world of ours that we're creating. Like, just get out there and do it.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So let me ask you this now. You started the Mogul Network because you were focused on, I guess, serving moms.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't specifically mothers, it was just more families because, again, like I said, I have a huge family, and even for my brothers and sisters, a lot of them are just aunts and uncles. And I know a lot of aunts and uncles who treat their nieces and nephews like their children, and grandparents who are raising kids. So the Mogul Mommy Network is a community of entrepreneurial families who come together to make ideas happen. So the point is, though, is to teach these skills that can be passed down to your children. For my family, it was music. My family, the King Cannon family, they're actually a a well-known gospel group in the 80s, and even their music is still being played over in London. But uh, they never taught us, our generation, the business side of music. We learned how to play drums, how to play the piano, how to sing in multiple tones. We've learned how to dance, be very creative and expressive, but they didn't teach us the business side of it. And one thing that I wanted to do this time was around was still be a dancer, still be a model, but teach my children how to monetize these skill sets, whatever it is that we're doing. So I wanted to really spread the message of do something that you can teach your kids. You can't teach your kids your manager job at McDonald's. You can't even teach your kids your VIP position at your Fortune 500 company. You can't give it to them. You can teach them how to work in that field, but it's not theirs. They still got to go out there and make a name for themselves. So being in the Mogul Mommy Network, it's just being in a network where family matters and education more so matters.
Yeah, it's very, very important. And it's one of the reasons why I'm constantly educating my own children on money, even though, we've done the
Yes.
money club successfully a couple of times. I focus on my children because I want them to be they
Right.
like to spend money so much. I want them to know how you get
Whew.
hard,
Right, Queen. Every time we go into the store, it's, hey, mom, can I? Hey, mom, hey, can I? Did you do your chores this week? What did those grades look like? You have to earn it, son. You got to put
yeah,
in some effort.
yeah, yeah. Just like I have the money to
Hmm.
spend it, you have to earn it from me.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And I mean, what in the morning when we get up, when we get up early, if they get up early enough, and
Mhm.
I'm charting or doing anything like that, I have them listen to the news.
Yes.
Um, I have them listen to the news with me. We talk about what's going on. We
Right.
say, how does oil futures affect blah blah blah.
Yes. 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 That's building that empire. That's really building because, again, they don't teach us this stuff in school. And it's really sad. One of the like most notable videos that I ever watched on Facebook, it was a poem. I can't tell you about heart because it was about 5 minutes, but the poem was basically the lack of change in our education system over the last 100 years. If you see the car in 100 years, we were riding from the crank in the front of the car 100 years ago to now we have self-driving cars. That was over 100 year span. But if you look at a classroom 100 years ago and you look at a classroom today, there's no difference. It is the same exact thing. We are failing our next generation when it comes to education. And a lot of us were victims of this education system and they still refuse to go back and do something about it. They know that the teachers don't care. They know that they're being underpaid. They know that the curriculum is outdated, but there isn't a massive movement to get that fixed. Even for, like you said, just talking about the news and world events and what's going on, even for that, that is changing exactly as we live it. But if you go into the schools, it's not a correct reflection of what's going on. And I feel like we as a community really should do better. For my actionable steps, because I never want to criticize without pointing out what I'm doing to change that, is I've just decided to keep my kids out of school. I've been planning to homeschool them for a year, but the homeschool was packed. You had to be on a waiting list. And now Corona forced everybody to be in homeschool. And now I'm like, I like it. It's a little difficult having to do school and work, but I like it because I can control the narrative. When their teachers start trying to teach them something that I know is wrong, because I've done extensive research, I don't have to, just go with it. My kids don't have to be tainted. I can sit down and be like, hey, son, well, let me give you an accurate account versus this is what my teacher said. And if I don't say what she said, I'm a fail. That's horrible. That's putting our kids in a horrible predicament. That's the reason why people are growing now because they have access to information. And that's really all it comes down to. Access to the information. We don't got to believe it. You'll find the truth out from the internet before you find the truth out from the police. The internet be on it. So really,
For the internet, you're right. You do have to be thankful for it every day.
yes, yes.
Saving us.
It really
If it wasn't
is.
for the internet, you listeners would not be able to find us on radio.
Exactly. See, another one for the internet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah, I'm happy for that. Definitely happy for that. All right, so thank you again, guys, for on radio.net. This is Ayiesha Wright with Right on the Money, and we're being joined by Mogul Mommy Lea Laverne. Real quick before we wrap, what I'm going to do is just a quick review of what we spoke about earlier, right? We
Yes.
talked about equities and stocks and bonds.
Yes.
We know that equities or stocks is like a share of the company. So we're buying a share of the company. When the company does well, you do well. When the company does badly, you do poorly as well.
Yes.
Now, with bonds, what you're actually doing is lending money to the government or a
Yes.
corporation. So this is based on how the company does on that. So you have to pay your bills. However, the bond stays, you always get your principal back. So you loan a certain amount, right? Your bond. The interest rate is predetermined, so you know what the interest rate is, you know what the term is, the amount of time that you have to bond for, and you know how often you get your interest paid to you. At the end of that term, you get your principal back. So that is the difference between stocks and bonds. It's a bit juicier. That's a lot of people prefer bonds because they know how much is going in, they
Right.
know how much is coming out.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't do, a lot of people don't do stocks because they're afraid of the volatility of the stock market.
Hmm.
The stock market goes up and down, whereas bond market, there's no risk. You have no
Right.
risk then. All right. Thanks again for joining us. Now, how does anyone get in touch with you or if they want to join CRC
Yes, yes, this market.
How do they do that?
So if you would like more information to partner with Smart Systems, you can definitely go to my website, which is mogulmommynetwork.info. There, that is the our community page where you can learn a little bit about the different things that the Mogul Mommy Network has to offer. You can also go to smartsystems.club, and there you will see all of the amazing features of smart systems, as well as how you can become a member today. So I definitely invite all of you to come and check us out. It is a no commitment monthly club membership. And as a member of the club, we offer so much value, including over $2,000 in benefits just for you to come and get educated, because we really want everybody to take advantage of this. We put it a lot of work into it, and it's jam packed with the exact things that allow me to make six figures as well as my business partners. So definitely go to smartsystems.club.
Okay, thank you, Leah. Thank you for joining us.
Thank
Again,
you.
that was Leah Laverne of the Mogul Mommy Network, and Leah is my co-leader on Smart Systems, which is an educational platform to learn more about trading and forex and things of that nature.
Yes.
All right, Leah, thank you. I'm going to wrap up with some music.
Thank
Thank you
you.
guys
Thank
for joining
you.
us. And you'll hear from me again next Monday for Right on the Money.
Yes, 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 yes. And I want to thank all of you lovely people for tuning in and listening to this live interview with My Talk Radio. I am super, super honored to have Miss Ayiesha Wright invite me to be a guest on this platform. So thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully, you got plenty of knowledge. And until next time, remember, moguls, that it's about making ideas happen. Have a wonderful day.